So what's good, TMG fam? It's your boy L, and I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute, man. And we gonna get into glitches. Glitches, right? When you hear the word glitch, what do you automatically think of? For me, it's glitch in the Matrix. You know what I mean? A glitch in the Matrix. One of the best movies or series ever created was The Matrix. You know what I mean? It had a lot of gems that I can go back to today and be like, yo, they was dropping gem after gem after gem, and things that you didn't catch, like meetings between not Morpheus, but Neo in the Oracle. Look around the room at different things and see, do you pick up something that you might have missed when you at first glance of the movie, bro. But it dropped a lot of gems in that movie. So today we're gonna check out the top 10 glitches caught in real life. Now, what are some glitches? Maybe some of the things we've seen in videos, like planes standing still in air. To me, that's a glitch in the Matrix or something crazy. Or you see a truck drive by and all of a sudden you see a person appear like the truck ran through them. Is that a glitch in the Matrix? We watched a video yesterday where a water balloon had tape around it. They cut it. It looked like the water shot out and froze. Looked to me like a glitch in the Matrix. You know what I mean? It's things you see that happen in life to where I'd be like, yo, that's a glitch in the Matrix. And what does that mean? Are we a part of something bigger? You know what I mean? Are we trapped in this Matrix and need to be unplugged like in the movie? I can go on for days, but that'll keep us away from the video. So we're gonna check it out. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, join the fam, and here we go.
Cars smashing into nothing, time travelers spotted in broad daylight, and the Pope himself glitching on live television. We have all of this on today's top 10 list. Coming in number 10, we have the invisible car crash. Now, there are tons of ways to explain real life glitches. When you see someone lag on camera, that could have just been the recording. When you see
Is this video bothering anybody else? This must have came out in 2020. Let me look and see. No, this came out in 21. I was like, it must have been in like the heart of the pandemic. Dude just sitting in his room recording this. Still dope though.
real life glitches. When you see someone lag on camera, that could have just been the recording. When you see a plane stalled in the sky like we had on our last video, that could be explained through some clever editing. But I don't really know how you fake a car crash like the one I'm about to show you. Yeah, you guys just saw what I just saw, right? That was a car that was crashing into nothing. There was a car that was zooming along the...
That was clever editing. That was editing. Somebody's really good. Don't get me wrong. Somebody's very, very good at what they do, because, you know, I'm just not that seasoned. But making a whole car disappear, yeah. You would tell by the impact. That was clever editing.
The highway, and then it smacked into an invisible barrier. Now, this could have been some pole in the road that was angled so perfectly that the driver and the camera couldn't see it. Now, that is possible, but highly unlikely. How could something that thin and small be strong enough to cause a moving car that's going about 60 kilometers an hour, to stop in its tracks? Was there some sort of invisible force field there that was left on by accident? Or could this just be someone spending hours editing something strange to put out as disinformation to make us all very confused? Either way, I would be pissed if I was the owner of that car. You don't do anything wrong, and then something invisible causes your car to be a write-off? Is that...
I agree. Let's say this is real, bro. Like, what do you tell yourself at that point? First of all, do you ever drive again? Because now you got to worry about invisible poles or cars driving around. Like, I'd lose my mind. That's first off. Second of all, it's invisible. How did that just happen? Oh, yeah. Take me to therapy. I need to lay on some doctor's couch and talk about what happened in life to what brought me here. How did I get here?
Is that even covered under your insurance? Coming at number 9, we have sailing in the sky. If you have it in your mind that you will never reach the level of wealth to afford a sailboat, well, let me tell you that there's a whole other level of wealth that we have no idea about. There is a class of people who have been taking their boats to the skies. Aren't we all seeing that right? Now I have no idea how reflections off the water will affect your camera and how it will pick that up, but that looks like someone got their boat to fly through the sky at a very reasonable pace. I mean, that boat is just cruising along, not
I gotta tell you, if I'm on a beach 9 times out of 10, I'm indulging, right? So if I see that, I'm getting up and I'm leaving. Cause somebody done slipped something in my drink. Something done happened. I'm definitely not feeling well. I done got a hold of something bad. So I had to get up and walk off, fam, because ain't no way. Nobody can make that make sense to me.
too fast or slow. Sky sailing is a brand new thing, and this guy has already mastered it. But how on earth is that happening? Is there some new boat-shaped plane that we don't know about? I mean, that does sound like something that Elon Musk would make. Tesla has a car that looks like a tank, and now they have a plane that looks like a boat. Next on the list, we have Brady Feigl squared. There are a lot of people in this world who say they have found their twin. I'm looking at you, David Diggs. If I get tagged in one more picture of you, I'm gonna have to chase you down and take a side-by-side picture so people know we're not the same person. But even though David Diggs and I kinda look the same, we have nowhere close to the same similarities as Brady Feigl and Brady Feigl. For one, both these guys have the exact same name. On top of that, they both play professional baseball. On top of that, they are both left-handed pitchers. This seems pretty rare, and you would expect this to be the point where the similarities end. Well, guess what? There's more. For one, they both look almost identical. They both have had the same surgery from the same doctor, and they even dress similar, wearing the same glasses. It would seem that the random person generator that populates this planet with people might have glitched and made two copies of the same dude. People thought that they might have been long-lost twins that were separated at birth.
Gotta be, man. They gotta be, fam. Same name, same look, use the same hand to write and probably bat with. Like, that name is even not Brady, the last name. So what's the chances? I don't ever recall hearing that name called out in school. You know, when teachers start the class and she making sure everybody's present, roll call. I don't remember hearing that last name. So yeah, that's a straight up glitch right there, bro. They both play baseball. What's the odds of that? Nah.
Birth. A DNA test showed that that wasn't true, but they did have the same German ancestry. Coming in next on the list, we have the cat reflection. I don't know what kind of software is going into making the mirrors in our giant simulation world, but it would seem that this is a place ripe for glitches. Oh, and just so we're clear, I'm not a believer in simulation theory. I just like playing along with the theme for this list. But even though I think that everything can be explained logically, this next clip is a little trippy.
No. Don't turn away from it quick. Oh, I tried to time it. Hold on. The other cat head didn't move. Somebody make it make sense. Please make it make sense. Somebody please make it make sense. And we already hesitant about black cats anyway. No. This is like double trouble.
The CPU that is in charge of getting everything running must have been putting the computing power somewhere else when this went off. I mean, that would be a good sign to tell if you are an important person if you think simulation theory is real. Like, if this is indeed a simulation, I'm going to play.
It's the second time he said simulation theory. I've never really heard anybody put it like that. I've always heard like them refer to it as like the Matrix reference. Simulation theory, is that like a thing now, or a term or a topic that people are discussing, or how they're categorizing it now? Because I've never heard that. But he's made reference to it twice now, and it caught me the first time, and I was just gonna go look it up, but he said it again, so now I gotta really go research it.
with this idea for a moment, and there are a bunch of glitches around you, that would mean that the universal computing power is being used somewhere else on more important and interesting people. So if you see those glitches, that's your sign to step up your game because your life is boring. Next on the list, we have Mark Zuck is a Matrix program. If there's anyone that could be a lizard person or a robot or an alien or some sort of simulation-based software person that has been put into the world to control us and cause havoc, it would be Mark Zuckerberg. And there have been several moments where people have caught this poor excuse for an alien trying to be a human acting weird. But this one has to be.
Just look right here, this photo right here, bro. It just, you know the part on like Men in Black where the bug takes the dude's skin and he puts it on, and then he's like, he walks in the house and his wife, she's sitting there, he's asking for water, and she's like, yo, your skin is hanging off. And he just pulls it back and is like, is that better? Like, that's what it looks like right here with Zuckerberg, man. No offense, fam. You know what I mean? He is who he is. He's still dope. But that's what this looks like to me, fam. He looks like he could be on Men in Black.
Excuse for an alien trying to be a human acting weird. But this one has to be my favorite.
You need to focus and try not to let stuff bother you as much as possible. But it is going to bother you because you're human. And I was human. I am human still.
I was human. I think you know what I mean? It kind of glitched. His software glitched, and it caught itself pretty quick, but yeah, his software kind of glitched right there.
The Zuck was caught red-handed saying that he wasn't a human. That has to be one of the most obvious glitches ever. The programmers would have been like, who's in charge of writing the scripts for Zuckerberg, and why did you make him act like a robot and make references to not being human, because you're blowing our cover big time. I mean, let's say in the next few years there's a massive revolution and we get into a bunch of secret files about which famous people living among us are aliens and which ones are humans. I would be more surprised to find out that this guy is actually fully human. Next on the list, we have the rain spot. I mean, we all hate bad weather, so I think many of us would prefer if we could condense it into one spot and have everything else nice all the time. Well, I guess there must have been a trial run for some new rain patches, because that's what we got here.
I was just about to say it's a leak. It gotta be a leak, but they look right up with the camera. Nah, that's not a leak, bro. That's not a leak. But you all witnessed that before, right? You like get to a point, and as soon as you cross over that point, it stops raining, but you look back at that point, and right there on the other side, it's still raining, and just been like, yo, that's just the weirdest thing ever to me. You ever seen that? I have. So that's what I was thinking about here, but that's a small spot for it to be raining. Nah, it's time to go in the house. So
it would seem that for some reason the clouds in that area have glitched out and the rain is pouring down in only one spot. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. Now that
could be like fuel from a plane that's like headed towards you. Like, that would be bad, right? That would be bad. Yes, you would smell it, but that would be bad.
To be some sort of glitch, or the plot to a children's book called The Loneliest Rain Cloud. A book about a cloud that is rainy all the time, but all the other clouds around him are nice, so he has no friends. And he travels around everywhere trying to make friends, but everyone runs from him because they don't want to get wet. Someone get my publicist on the phone because I have a book to write. Next on the list, guys, we have the smartphone time traveler. One of the wildest things ever caught on camera is the footage from a Mike Tyson fight that looks like there's someone filming the fight in the background.
Yeah, wasn't no camera phone out back then, bro. What does he have? That don't even look like the camcorder. Probably back then they had the joints that, remember, you used to have to sit on your shoulder. My mom had one of them joints, man, a huge joint. It came in like a huge suitcase. So if you had a camcorder back then, that was one of them joints you had to like put up here and bring the little eye thing towards you. And look through it like that. Y'all remember those? Some of y'all remember those. Like, I played around with one because my mom had it when I was a kid. But yeah, they ain't have none of that back then.
The reason that this is so weird is because the footage is from 1995, and even though there were some phones back then that could have been considered smartphones, there was nothing released that had a camera on it. That wouldn't be released for another 5 years. And when you look at the footage, it seems like that phone is a very modern smartphone. Now, this could have been some device that simply looks like a phone, and people have been making the case to say that this is in fact a smartphone, so they can argue that time travel is real, but really we have no idea what happened here. We have no idea who was recording this Mike Tyson fight with this mysterious device. Next on the list, guys, we have a plane vanishes. Now, there have been a lot of reports of all sorts of stuff like this. Like, apparently all of the alien stuff that happened in Roswell, New Mexico, that was all faked by the government because they were testing out experimental aircrafts, and they decided that making people think that aliens were real was safer than telling them what the military was up to. So what you're about to see might be some secret government aircraft caught on camera, or it might be a glitch. I mean, you all saw what I just saw, right? There was...
How many of these have we seen, y'all? A lot. If you've been rocking with me for a minute, we've seen a lot of these. So, you're not gonna try to sway me on that one. Nah. We've seen a lot of those that look like they could possibly be drones, but they so high up, and then you see them, and then they just zoom off, or they just flat out disappear in front of you. No, we've seen way too many videos to just say that's what it is.
Was a plane there, and then it was gone. Everyone was focused on it. It was in the sky, and then it blinked out of existence like half the people in Avengers Infinity War. Also, random question for the comments. Would you rather be one of the people who blinked out of existence when Thanos snapped his fingers and then came back 3 years later to a whole new world, or would you have rather been there the whole time and lived through the whole thing and
Yeah, I want to be there. Don't vanish me nowhere.
saw the world post-snap?
Cause then I don't know where I'm gonna end up at. Nope. Leave me alone.
Well, whoever was on the plane seems like they didn't have a choice in disappearing, because now they are for sure gone. Unless the sky is all a massive projection and that was just a glitch on one of the screens. And coming in at the #1 spot, we have the Pope vanishes. Now, I will start off by saying I have no idea what the Pope does and what his powers are. Can he fly? Can he control the weather? Does he have telekinesis? I never went to church, so I don't know. So the clip that went viral of him vanishing about a year ago might be one of his holy powers, or it was a glitch that no one was supposed to see. Let's take a look.
Oh yeah, I remember that. See, that be making me think that they be putting up like holograms just to, you know what I mean? Because you gotta remember, the Pope is older, so is he gonna be always available to be doing these, you know what I mean, pop-ups and waving and standing up and long periods of time and this, that, and third? So the idea of a hologram to do something like this probably wouldn't be so far-fetched. Not saying that they do it, but not too far-fetched.
That was something that was seen from the Pope's balcony as he was addressing people about the COVID-19 pandemic. After his speech was done, he just vanished, and there were several news outlets that showed the exact same thing. So this wasn't just a broadcast that screwed up. Some say this might have been a hologram of the Pope because he was actually isolating somewhere and didn't want to catch the virus. I mean, we know that hologram tech is real. Most of us have seen that massive Tupac hologram that came out years ago.
That was scary. That was scary, fam. I don't know, man. The whole hologram thing. Just imagine standing on stage and you performing, and then all of a sudden a hologram of Tupac, like a lifelike hologram of Tupac, is performing right beside you. Like, I'd forget my lyrics. The show would be horrible. You wouldn't pay to come see me again. Let's just be honest.
And if anyone has access to the latest and greatest hologram tech, it has to be the Pope. All right, guys, that has been our list. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Until next time.
Yeah. I think the craziest thing on here is teleportation, man. You know what I mean? Because I think we will see it in the future eventually. Once they figure out what they need to figure out to get it done. It's just gonna be who's gonna be the first person to try it. That's the question. Which person is gonna be the first person to try teleportation, right? It ain't like getting on a plane and you lay over somewhere when something goes wrong. Like you teleport and then you end up in Bangkok and don't know how to figure out how to get back. Like hangover, something like that, man. Like imagine that. Imagine that. Or worse, end up on another planet and don't know how to get back. So yeah, I may try it, but I'm not gonna be in that first batch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you gotta work the kinks out. It's like when a new game system come out. You know, the first round of PlayStations when they come out, it's gonna be pretty glitchy. That's all I'm gonna say. But this was the top 10 glitches caught in real life, part 2. Didn't watch part 1 yet. May go back and check it out. Y'all get at me in the comment section. Let me know what you think. And yeah, stick around and stay tuned. Till next one, I'm gone. Peace.